Okay, it is Big Island Day. Last night I ran the 10 miles with friends and my legs are feeling it today, I guess. You wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, what do I have for today? And then I'm like, wait, I'm going on a solo adventure today. Obviously, I'm like a little nervous, but mostly excited. Okay, this is hella remote, and I'm like, damn, I'm traveling by myself in the middle of nowhere. What I signed up for. I feel like anytime you do something that's like awesome and an adventure and something that means a lot to you, it's like a non-negotiable that you're also in the process like, what the hell am I doing? When you actually turn that daydream into the reality. So I'm about to go to this nude beach, black sand beach, recommended by my friend Hiwan. So we'll see how this goes. I explored Hilo, but this is like my first exploration of the island is a nude beach. So key takeaways so far are that Big Island is ginormous, and so there's just like way more remote. It feels way more remote in certain areas, and the sky feels so big because like Oahu has like Jurassic Park vibes, whereas Big Island is like lots of farmland. Okay, it's time to get some sun. There's definitely mad hippies on Big Island. I'm swimming and this white guy hippie comes up to me and, your inner child is shining a light on this whole beach. He's like, what's your name? I was like, Lucinda. He's like, my birth name is Timothy, but I go by Bear Claw. It wasn't Bear Claw, I forget what it was, but I was like, oh gosh. I caught the next wave in, I was like, have a nice day. Made it to my Airbnb, could not be cuter. Look at this. Also, my ride is quite something. I finally got in and I'm immediately gonna go on a run because I don't know why I just have like day one jitters, serious day one jitters of traveling by myself. The nature on these islands is something to be respected, and if you don't know the lay of the land of like where to swim, how far, like you can't swim out too far, the tides, you have to know the waves, just like all that stuff. I don't know why it was freaking me out more today. And like Big Island's like so vast, like there's just so much land and you lose service sometimes, and I'm like, wow, if my car hypothetically broke down right now, I don't know what I would do. Happy I'm in my Airbnb and gonna go on a comfort run. Like running is such a comfort zone no matter where I am in the world. It's the same thing. And when you're traveling by yourself, like as a woman, you have to be so aware and looking out for everything. So I'm ready to chill and home. It's kind of crazy. I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do 3 years ago. And I'm gonna write a letter to myself like from 5 years ago or 3 years ago tonight, because it's honestly really hard to process. This big thing is happening and I'm like, how do I even process this? Like, I've waited for this moment for so long. I can only take like bite off pieces at a time. But to really like sink my teeth into it, I'm gonna write a letter to my 24-year-old self and tell her what's happening. I feel so much better now that I went on a run. I knew it was gonna give me the new headspace, but I wasn't sure. You know, when you're feeling anxious, you just think it's gonna be never ending, so. Today, I would give my run a 10 out of 10. I feel so grateful to travel and get to know another place through running, and to have the headspace that running gives me. Good morning, party people. It's 5:37 and I am up and about to go to run club with random people in Hilo. Today is Otter Sock Day. Look at this hat. That's just so fun. Cavu. Oh, Cavu. And then gotta get your toiletries, another Cavu thing, another Cavu sunglasses. And I got I love this thing. This was gifted by one of my players' dads. My Seattle dad. It's a running belt. So here we go. It's pouring out. Pouring! Still got a little coffee in here from last night. Or yesterday. Let's get the show on the road. Sometimes I feel like I only need to taste coffee with my taste buds to get that electric. Why'd I sign up for this? I wonder if I tallied like everything that I do and how I feel before versus after. Like 80% of the time I'm like, I don't feel like doing this right now. 98% of the time when I do it, I'm like, I'm so happy I did it. When I'm traveling in a new place, doing something with people who live there makes it so different. Like, if you just visited a place and you look up online tourist guides on where to go, you are lost. And it is not as fun and meaningful. So I really am adamant that I want to run with this run group and see what happens. Get the lay of the land, you know. I am kind of like, though, I'm just going to show up to the group and they're going to be like, where do you live? I'll be like, Oahu. They're like, why are you here? Wake up in the morning with the head like what you done. Don't be like that till life when you're down that place. All I know is we meet near the canoes in the bathroom. New kid in class. I can't bring my GoPro, so you'll get an update after. Ah! Why do I feel like first day of school? I went into that thinking it was going to be 4 miles because on the Instagram, it said 4 miles. I ran almost 13 miles. So I ran 52 miles this week. That is wild. Girl, it is such a flex, but also such a I don't want to say privilege. It is so amazing to have the kind of energy where I show up to a run thinking that it's going to be 4 miles and it ends up being 13 miles. Like, while that is wild and it's like, what the hell? I didn't expect this. I feel so grateful to be able to do that at all. So that's what I'm riding right now. That energy of like the fact that I have that energy. Very grateful for it. I honestly was good until mile 10. After mile 10, I was like, I'm done. They were so cute. What was also hilarious is we literally had been running together for 2 hours and then kept talking in the parking lot. I love how when you do things with people who live wherever you're visiting, you just get the inside scoop that you can't get unless you talk to people. And it also felt like 100% humidity. Like it was raining and then the sun came out, so that's a recipe for humid. Knowing that this is like my one human contact for like the weekend, I was like, I gotta hang with people when I can, you know? 5 a.m. Today's adventure, going to volcanoes. And honestly, I'm embarrassed how little I know. But everyone tells me it's amazing, and I trust them, and it's a national park, and I'm going on a sunrise run. So, between those things, I think it's gonna be pretty epic. And we're out the door. It's very dark out. This dark scares me. Potential that it'll be raining up there. But I still want to beat the crowd, so here we go. A place to stay, get your booty on tonight, make my day. It's raining my entire drive and it's hard to not be a little annoyed. I am still gonna hold on to hope that the clouds will part. There is a little sunrise. Look at this. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, I hope I'm going in the right direction. It is crazy up here. Everyone said pack a sweatshirt because it's a little chilly. I'm
my gosh, I'm so happy there's a little bit of pink in the sunrise. That's why you always keep driving no matter what.
Oh my. Beware of the sinkholes. Eee! Okay. Oh my gosh, more sinkholes. Oh my gosh. What? It's hard not to stop at like every half mile. I wrote an essay about this, but I call it like grief gratitude tears, and sometimes they're really overwhelming because I don't know how to. I just need to let them out, and it's because I'm grateful, but at the same time it's like this intense like release of wanting this for so long, and now I'm living it, and I feel like really grateful for my past self that was in so much like pain and sadness, and she kept going. Gratitude for her. I don't even know how to articulate it with words. Let's go write about all these feelings that I'm feeling. Okay. I was just listening to Moth Radio Hour because, I mean, I can freaking get lost in my own world of only listening to music, and I love it, but it's also like a comfort zone that I need to exit sometimes, or else I'll just, this is classic Pisces things. I'll just be very deep in my own world. And I'm like, I am traveling alone. Let's maybe get out of my head a little. So listen to 10 minutes of a Moth Radio Hour, which was enough to really impact my headspace in a positive way. The guy who was talking outside of his family, writing is where he finds meaning in his life. That really resonates with me, and when I'm not writing.
1.1 miles. Turn right onto K-Alcohol Road South.
When I am writing, life just feels a little more complete.
He also talked about how writers like have this like huge fear of sitting down to write. It's like this love-hate. It's not love-hate, but it's this like very weird, you can't live without it, but it's also the thing that scares you the most and is hardest to show up to. Life is funny that way sometimes.